So I was asked to do a quick video update on Coulson and his progress since we placed him at the treatment home back in May. Long story short, we had to place him there because of several diagnoses with mood disorders and reactive attachment disorder and a lot of things that were going on. So God brought us to a very specific home for him that we felt was going to be the best place to keep him safe and keep him alive. If you want the whole history, you can absolutely go back and watch the other video or read through all of our updates. But this is specifically to tell you where he's at right now and how he's progressed over the year. In a nutshell, he has progressed slowly, but always moving forward, always gaining ground and always learning and always trying. He went from not wanting to try, not wanting to better himself, to absolutely trying to invest in being the best he can be and learning as much as he can learn. I think what is one of the best testimonies to how far he's come is he went from refusing help to us having to place him at a treatment facility to turning 18 this last Wednesday and signing the papers to say that I want to stay and finish treatment. Treatment usually for this kind of thing takes about 15 to 18 months. So he was over 17 when we put him in there. So we didn't know how long he might stay. We didn't know if he would choose to stay for the full course of treatment. But just this last Wednesday, like I said, he signed the papers and said he wants to finish it. So we could not be more thrilled. He's certainly grown a lot. He has learned not only to manage his own emotions, he's learned to define his emotions, he has learned to put words to his emotions. And so much so, and he's been doing so good that he is considered one of the mentors to a lot of the younger boys. So a lot of them look up to him, and he's investing a lot of what he's learned back into those kids. And that's been really exciting to see. Even to the point where his therapist literally will ask the boys to go talk to Coulson first before they have to talk to a staff member, because Coulson will probably be able to help you. He will probably be able to work with you and talk with you and help you through whatever conflict you're having. So that's been really exciting to see. He's gone from being depressed and angry and lost and hopeless to defining more moments of what his hope is in his life and how he can achieve those things. And we, over the course of the time, probably back in November, he started earning the right to come home. And every time he presents himself better and better and better. We've had no backlashes of having placed him in treatment. We were afraid that he would really, truly resent us, but he has come to a point in his healing where he's realized how far he's come. And I think the best story I have to describe that moment was this 2 weeks ago. He was home for a home pass for the weekend. And by the end of the weekend, even in the past when we've had him, by the end of the weekend, he gets a little sad about going back, but he never puts up a fuss. He's never tried to refuse. But this time he was a little sad, but a little off, but you could tell it was different than the other times. So as my husband was driving him back to Daybreak, he basically asked him what was going on, and Coulson struggled to try to find the words to put to what he was feeling, but ultimately what he landed on as the best description was, I feel like I have PTSD right now. In the sense, what he was saying is, over the course of that weekend with us, he had a lot of moments that triggered a lot of his memories from the past, and not the good ones. The ones where he had tried to commit suicide, the fights that he would give us for little things that turned into self-harming episodes where we had to go to the ER. He was remembering a lot of those moments. And for the first time in 10 months, or first time in really 6 years, he had remorse for those feelings, for the things that he had caused. It was 3 days later that we had a family therapy session with his therapist and him, and he was able to verbalize to us, literally in tears, apologizing for the trauma that he caused, the pain that he caused, and all the years that he lost when he was struggling and lost and hurting and hopeless and refused every ounce of help that we would give him. He was in tears. And he's apologized before, but this was different. Before it was like a robotical response. Like, I know I need to do this and I'm apologizing, so everything should be fine. But this time he really meant and felt sorry and remorseful for all that had gone on. So that's huge leaps and bounds of far and above and beyond where he's been ever, really, truly. One of the other highlights is spiritually. Years ago, he will tell you that he sold his soul to the devil, that he wanted to be a Satan worshiper. He did not want to believe in God. He didn't want to have anything to do with our faith. Completely on his own over the last probably 2 months, he has started reading the Bible, initiating it himself. Now, probably 6 to 9 months ago, I would have said he was doing that to charm us and to manipulate us to believe that he was different and that, we could trust him and all these things. But this is the genuine thing. He is initiating reading scripture and going for walks and praying. And I have several stories I could share, but the one I'm going to share is the most recent. We had him on Saturday and took him out for his birthday for an all-day outing. And as we're driving him back to daybreak, he starts mentioning his prayer time and his scripture that he'd been reading. But he also started mentioning that there was a staff member that he kind of struggles with because the staff member isn't as patient as he would like him to be, and kind of conflicts with Coleson just a little bit. But one of the positive things is he's asking for help on how to work through that. Rather than just running or accusing or blaming the staff member, he was actually trying to find justification for maybe he's having a hard time at home, or maybe this, or maybe that. So one, that was a huge growth area for him. But spiritually, what he did was, wow, you know what I just thought about, Mom? Jesus was persecuted. And he had to go through a lot when he wasn't guilty of anything. So I guess I have to go through some of those same things too as a Christian, don't I? Totally blew me away. I mean, he is processing and thinking through what he's reading. He is trying and working to apply it. And that is on his own, because they don't do any spiritual guidance there at all. They are not allowed to. They draw the line where they will not allow the kids to talk about religion and talk about God or talk about any of those things. If they want to do it privately, that's up to them. So he is taking the initiative all on his own to grow and learn about what he has decided is his choice of faith. And that's his faith in God, the one that we raised him with. So he has done a full 180 in that way. And I personally know that that's because of all the prayers and support that you guys have given. And I guess 2 more highlights really quick would be he went into the treatment facility way behind in school. And he is at the point in his schooling and credits where he is about 5 credits away from not only graduating, but probably graduating a little earlier than what he ever would have. So he's working hard there. He's doing his priorities. He also has, as a facility, they take the boys to go work at a nursing home and just volunteer. Well, the staff there has fallen in love with him. So they have shown interest in wanting to invest in Coleson. They have offered him a part-time job when he's ready, and the ability to not only do that, but they've also offered him the chance to cover the cost of taking all of his CNA testing and becoming certified as a CNA. So what's thrilling to us is we're not the only ones seeing the incredible things that this kid has to offer. They know he's in treatment. They know why he's in treatment. They know all the things that would probably prevent a lot of people from entrusting a job to him or investing in him, but they see so much potential that they want to do that. Now, whether he will really truly choose to follow through with that is yet to be seen, but we're excited that he has that prospect, and that people are seeing the Coleson that we used to know before all of this happened. And then, let's see, lastly, I guess the last thing is that he, like I said at the beginning, he chose to stay until he turned 18, after he turned 18, so that he can finish treatment. He's aware. He's very aware of his needs and very aware of his disorders and what he needs to do and work on to compensate for those. So all of that to say, thank you to all of you for helping not only save our son's life, but passionately praying over him and encouraging him and investing in him, whether it's financially to help us cover all these costs, or whether it's prayerfully for the emotional stability that he's gained and needs and will continue to gain. So thank you so much. We cannot express how much we know you are a part of saving our son's life and saving our family and bringing him to where he's at today. So thank you.